Ni nini asikiange akishinda akiambiwa asipite na maji?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's session. I am really excited that you're here. I know this was a request by a group of ladies who we would have met here live for this training. I hope you are able to see me and also see my presentation. So if you're ready, you can see me, you can hear me, everything is okay. Give me some thumbs up and let me know we are on. And ask, are you ready? Before we get started with today's session, I'm really excited because the main aim of this session will be to take you through how do you prepare a professional CV, what are some of the job search tips and tricks that you can use in different contexts, and then we will talk about some interview questions, how you handle interviews and all that. So if you're ready, drop that in the chat and let me know you're ready. If you're watching the replay, I'll also be happy if you can actively engage. Is that okay? So today we are here for the job search, how to search for a job in this day and age. Yeah, I can see there are people who are live, but I want to confirm you can see me, you can hear me. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Or I'll try to open another tab here just to be sure that we are okay. Let me check, confirming that we are okay. You can see me. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Now, I will just wait for one person to just confirm they can hear me, they can see me. Oh, thank you, Innocent. I was just waiting for that you are ready there, and we can then get started. My main aim for this session will be, number one, show you how do you get prepared for prepare professional CV. That is a very important bit when it comes to job search. Number two, we'll look at job search context, tips and tricks that you can use, and then we'll talk about interview questions. Thank you very much, Innocent. I can see Abu also mentioning yes. Zipporah, you can see me and hear me. I'm happy for that. For those of you who are seeing me for the very first time, I think it's this will be a good point just to introduce myself. My name is Daniel Mutuku, the founder of Career Point Solutions, and over the last 15 years, I've been blessed to get a lot of experience when it comes to recruitment and also serving as a career coach and career advisor. In addition to that, I am a digital marketer certified by Google and a very proud member of the League of Young Professionals. I guess that is where we met with Winnie, who initiated this conversation. Yeah. Author of several books. The first one is Facebook for Profit, how you can easily use Facebook for profit. Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Steps to Achieving Anything. I later on published the book, Conquer the Year Ahead, Make the Next 12 Months Your Best Year Ever. And then this year we converted it into a program very related to this, the Ultimate Cover Letter Guide, 101 sample cover letters for all professionals. You can also get a copy for free. Let me know if you're interested in that. How to Quit Your Banking Job and Transition to NGOs and UN Jobs. That's also a book that I've published. A very big resource that I always share about is my YouTube channel. At least today you are able to view and see me through the YouTube channel. And what I would ask you to do, number one, subscribe to support me. But I would also want you to go back to the channel and watch some of the videos. You can search by topic. I talk everything about job search in regards to CV writing, cover letter, interview questions, professional development, and so many other things. So there are quite a lot of valuable videos that you can watch that would change, again, your job search as you proceed. So our mission here at Career Point Solutions is to make people more employable and to increase their earning potential. And everything that we do is normally focused on this one goal. And at the end of this session, the next 30 minutes or so, I want to believe that you will leave this place being more employable. You will have increased your earning potential, having known what is your value in the marketplace. Any learning curve or process would start maybe someone saying, I won't do it, or I can't do it. It's very difficult. And then after a while, you say, I want to do it. And I'm glad that you're here. The fact that you saw this is a specific session talking about how do you search for a job and get a job successfully. You want to do it. You are somewhere here. Yeah, you would want to know how to do it. My job will be to show you how do you do it. Then use that knowledge. They say knowledge is power, right? But I normally think that is half the truth. Yeah, knowledge is potential power. You need to go out there and use the knowledge that you have. You need to practice it. And that is what we are talking about. You go try it out. You see what works, what doesn't. Then you will go to the next level, which is talking about, I can do it. And you say, I will do it. And then you're successful in what you wanted to do. Is that okay? Good stuff. So are you ready for today's session? If you're ready, drop that in the chat and say, yes, you are ready. Mary Kature, I can see you're there. If you're ready, say, yes, are you ready? Magdalene, welcome to the session. Magdalene Wanaswa, there's a buddy in business. Yes, coach, can see you, can hear you from my end. Thank you very much. If you're ready, drop that in the chat and say, yes, you are ready. How I do run my sessions, I like them being very engaging. And you will see from time to time, I would want you to comment something, say something in the chat or respond. You can ask your questions, yes, but it's only when you engage that you're able to get the most. You're not just here to get entertained or just get the information. Yeah, you'll get the knowledge, but the more you engage, the more you participate, the more it sticks. You will understand that. Is that okay? Zipporah, I can see, yeah, you're saying, yes, you're ready. And also Abu C, you are also ready. So let's get it rolling. Let me start with a bit of some statistics here. It is said that for every job that is posted, it will collect on average about 250 applications. So think about a company like ours, Career Point Solution. Maybe we are looking for an accountant. Maybe we are looking for an office admin, customer care, engineer, whatever it is. On average, we will end up getting about 250 applications. And depending with the company, if it is a blue chip company, a very reputable company, they will get 500, even 1,000 application coming in. But let's work with 250 applications. Now, out of these 250 applications, 75% of the applicants are not actually qualified for that position. What I mean is, for example, we are looking for an accountant. Yes, we'll have people who have done CPAs or finance and they will apply, but we still have some people who will say, I'm good in maths, I can still do accounting, and they will apply. I'm an engineer, I can figure this out. And so we have so many people who are not qualified who apply for these jobs. And that means out of the 250, 25% of those who apply, that is about 63 of those applicants are qualified. Now we have reduced from 250 to only 63. Now, another statistic is that only 2% of the candidates will make it to the interview. So out of the 250 who applied, then they narrowed down to the 63. They went through and found probably 5 people who meet the criteria. They are invited for the interview. And by the end of the interview, they will pick one. And so with that, you can see how the number moves from 250 to 1. And a bigger majority will feel like, oh, there are so many job opportunities that are advertised out there, but probably they already have someone for that position. Yeah, it's maybe only 5 who got to get to the interview that would say, yeah, maybe that was a kind of a real job. But again, only 1 ended up getting. And so with that, I want to just pause here and say the statement that sending out a high number of applications does not increase your chances of getting a job. Yeah, it might sound counterproductive, but yes, that's the truth. Sending out just a high number of applications is not a guarantee that you will be able to get a job. But what really helps, it is sending out better application. So if you narrow down and think about how can I send out better application, then you really increase your chances of you getting hired. And so if you increase now the number of better applications, then you have even double advantage on your side. So what makes a good application? I think that is what is the question that I'll be trying to answer. What makes up a good application? There are three things that you need when you're trying to do an application. Number one is the job description. And the purpose of the job description, basically, it's a company saying we are looking for an accountant, or we are looking for a customer care person. And this is what we want them to do. There's the job description. We want them to have these qualifications. We want them to have these kind of skills. We want them to be able to perform these tasks. So it starts by an organization saying, this is what we are looking for. Then you write a cover letter. And in this specific case, the purpose of the cover letter is to clearly communicate that you're looking for someone who can do this, then I can be able to do that. And then you attach a professional CV that is supposed to add value or give even more information and evidence that you are the best candidate. Each of these three things have their own part that they need to play. So let me go a bit step by step and show you. So a job description has been posted. Here I was able to pick a random accountant job. And if you read through the job description, they will say this accountant, their work is to review and establish proper accounting system. Another role would be to support budgeting and focusing activities. And another role would be liaising with internal and external auditors. So if this is what has been set out as a job description, when you're writing your cover letter, somewhere in your cover letter, you should have a statement that reads like this: I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment at ABC, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors. So that when someone reads this statement here, they actually see that, yeah, this is the person we are looking for. They will come and do exactly what we want them to do. So that is the purpose of the cover letter. Then from there, they would want to get more information about you or more evidence of what you are able to do. And that's when we talk about having a professional CV. So what is a professional CV and how is it different from any other CV? Unlike most of us have CVs, which is a documentation of where you went to school, where you worked, a list of your responsibilities, which is good, yeah. But on the other hand, a professional CV is a document that you use to market yourself, yeah. Think about any company that has any product in the market, or they are introducing a new one. They will use radio, TV, billboards, newspapers to market themselves, to tell people, yeah, this is what we are offering. You and me don't have the luxury of having a billboard about ourselves. So what we do, we use a professional CV. This is a document that you use. And we need also to be very clear, what is it that we are selling? We are selling our skills, our capabilities, our qualifications, and our experience to the employer. And just having facts and figures on your CV does not necessarily mean that you are able to communicate the value, the capabilities, and your experience to the employer. That is where a professional CV comes in. A research was done and they found out that CV and recruiter will take about 6 seconds or so to decide if they should continue reading through your CV or not. Now, the question is, does your CV pass the 6-second test? Yeah. If you were to, a recruiter was to look at your CV, if they look at it for 6 seconds, can they decide, oh, let me scroll down and see what else this person is able to do? Question for you, yeah? So how do you pass the 6-second test? Most CV layout look like this, yeah? And when you open on the phone or on the computer, you're just able to see the top half. This is what we call above the fold, term that came from a newspaper. When you take a newspaper and you fold it, whatever is on top there. That is where you find the headline of the newspaper being right there. So in this case, I can see it's of a gentleman called Daniel Mutuku, male, Kenyan, married, date of birth, ID number, phone number, and all that. I don't know for you, if you take a look at this for 6 seconds, are you able to figure out what this person can do? Yes or no? Yes or no? Let me give you a minute to check on that. I also want to see some of the comments that are coming in through the phone right here. So the question is, if I give you 6 seconds to take a look at that, is it something that you can be able to, you can figure out what this person is able to do or not? I know there's some delay, but I can wait for a minute, yeah? Oh, Florence Jabba, great to see that you're here. Question, if you look at this CV of ours here, within 6 seconds or less, can you figure out what this person can do or not? Innocent, you're saying, oh, let's go. Oh, great to have you, Innocent. Yes, not at all, not at all. You can't really figure out what this person can do. And the question I would also throw back to you is, then when you look at your CV, the first half of your CV, the top part of the first half of the front page, can someone figure out what you are able to do? Let's say we give this person a benefit of doubt and we look at their career objectives. Maybe they will give us some direction of what this person is. So I have picked some career objectives that I've seen in so many CVs. And as I read them, I want you to ask yourself, does your CV objective resemble the ones that I'm about to show you, both in tone and in style, or even word for word? Yeah. I am seeking employment with a company where I can grow professionally and personally. Good statement. Yeah. A good career objective for you. But what is it saying that you're able to do? As a matter of fact, it's a selfish statement. You're telling the employment what you're looking for. I am seeking for employment. I want to grow professionally and personally. But that does not have anything to do with the employer, right? Another one I see very often, I seek challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. Again, good wording, but still not saying anything. I want to succeed in a stimulus and challenging environment that will provide me with advancement opportunity. Good, but still not saying anything, yeah? Do you know our success criteria or something of that sort? Yeah, I want to excel in this field with hard work, perseverance, and dedication. So I would say this, all these statements are good if they are your own career objective, but I want you to go get rid of career objectives in your CV because they are not helping you. Inherently, career objectives are focused on you while the employer is focused on themselves. So the career objectives, they are good for you, but they don't serve you well. Go get rid of them in your CV. Are we together? So replace that CV career objective with a personal branding statement. Now, imagine you open the CV and the first thing you read through is something like this. I am a steadfast, committed, and passionate sales leader with over 4 years of relevant experience. I have worked with ABC Company as a sales team leader. I have a proven track of meeting and surpassing targets. In addition to this, I am an intuitive and attentive listener, readily uncovers customer needs to offer viable and enticing product solutions. If you're looking for a sales leader, if you're looking for a sales manager, if you're looking for someone to lead a team in sales, would you consider that person? Yeah, because within the first 6 seconds, they grab your attention and this is what you're looking for. So get rid of the career objective, replace it with a personal branding statement. I'll give you a hint. This is the same template we use. Lucky for you guys that you're watching this live. It has been a guarded secret that we use, but why not share with you guys? Just use the statement, I am dash, use 2 adjectives to describe yourself: passionate, diligent, profession in the field of, what is your line of profession? I have relevant experience, or you can talk about, I have over 5 to 3 years of experience having worked. Talk about the companies that you have worked or the different positions, and I have the ability to pick 2-3 skills that are needed, and then finish up by saying also input some personal attribute that you have. And that simple formula just gives you a very powerful personal branding statement. Is that okay? Good stuff. So generally, these are the sections that you need to have in your CV. Contact details on top of your page, your name, email address, and phone number. No postal address, forget about that. Shortly followed by your personal statement, personal profile, a summary of you, talk about your education background, include both academic and professional qualifications, then put in job-related skills that you have, relevant work experience, any additional information that would include things like leadership position, awards, training, workshops, and all that. And then finally, talk about referees in a short, precise way, their name, their title, and how they can be contacted. Is that okay? Let me just leave that for a minute and then pause here and ask. Any questions so far when it comes to the CV? Any questions so far? If you are good, say we are good. Let's keep moving. And I hope the ladies, the name was Nina. I was looking for Nina. Thank you, Nina, for organizing for this session. And if you're here and you have been invited through, is it Nina and Fidelis? Let me know in the chat. I thought it would be good for us to have, Fidelis. Fidelis, are you together with us today? Or if you're any of the ladies that are also being mentored by Nina, I'll be happy to know that you are one of them, yeah? I know I decided, let's share it also in other groups so that people can get value out of it. You talk about the CV, no idea of if the person can be able to do anything. Let me wait if you post any questions, or just keep posting the questions. I can come to the questions towards the end. I can see already time is moving. Good. Job interviews. Yeah. So you get to the job interview. Good stuff. Fidelis Jockey, I can see you saying you're there. Great. Let me see who else is also here from that team. Alice, Safi, one of them. Great to have you. I'm happy. Who else is here and was also invited by Fidelis and Nina? It will be great just to know that you are here. Moving on. So if you do a very good job in terms of applying for the job, then you have communicated on paper and someone looks at it and say, this is the right person that should be joining us in this organization. So what do? Excuse me. Let's invite this person for an interview. Let's figure out if this is the person that we need to have in the organization. So by the time you're being called for an interview, you have halfway gotten the job. It's a matter of not blowing it up when you get to the interview. So how do you prepare for the interview? A few pointers that you need to think about. Number one, you need to dress appropriately. Yeah. For gentlemen, if you can afford a suit or a tie, dress professionally, respective, even if it's casual job that will need you to go to the field. On that day, show your best self. Number two, arrive on time. It's very important for you to show up in good time. When I'm doing interviews and someone comes late, irrespective of how qualified or professional the person is, that is already a red flag statement that I like, or a philosophy. It always ends the way it starts. So if it starts with you being late, we might not have a very good run with you. So always show up early for the interview. Number two, mind about your body language. There's a lot that we say with our body language, non-verbal, compared to even what we say with our words. It is said that almost 70% of the communication is non-verbal, the visual expression, the body language, the positioning of hands, legs, and your body at large. Yeah. So really think about that. How can you exude confidence? Because actually confidence is more picked up from the body language rather than the words that you actually say. So think about that. Then when you go for an interview, it is important for you to expect the unexpected. Yeah, it's supposed to be more of an interview or a question and answer session, but if you can be able to switch it up and have it more of a conversation, the better. Yeah, and always ask a question. Typically, they're supposed to be asking you questions, but most of the time at the end, they will ask you, do you have any questions for us? Then you can be able to give out, ask a question. I remember I mentioned that my YouTube channel is one of the greatest resource that I have. There's a video that I've done about 10 smart questions that you can ask in an interview. And some guidelines. Of course, you don't want to ask questions that show, again, you're just selfish about yourself. What can I get? When is the next vacation? What are my benefits? What's the salary? By the way, you shouldn't be the one starting the conversation about salary. Always let it be a conversation that starts from the interviewer after they have seen the value that you have to offer. Is that okay? About a personal profile for a teaching job. Yes, you can get a teaching profile, but you see, it is very personal. It is very customized to you and what you have done and the subject you teach and the other skills and values that you're bringing on board. So it is very dynamic. It's not that I can come up with one fits all the teachers. Yeah. And that is the other thing when it comes to CV. You see those statements that I showed you. Allow me to just go back a little bit. You see these statements here. This statement can be copy pasted from one CV to another and it will not make any difference. I can just copy the statement. I am seeking challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. From your CV to my CV and it will work. And it will look as if I'm the one. But what we are talking about, it is a personalized, personal statement. So it's not for all teachers. It is unique to you. Yeah. And that is the other value that we bring. As much as I'll give you all this information, but how then can we write a professional CV for you that fits you, that shows your unique side, and it can help you? Is that okay? Can I get one profile, personal profile for all jobs? Yes, you can have one. You see, it's about you. But I would say if you are applying for a job that is not maybe within your main line of work, then you can always edit and customize it for the position. But you can, yes, have one for all the jobs because it's talking about you and what you have to offer. Make sense? Keep the questions coming. And the other thing now when it comes to interviews, beyond this, dressing, showing up well, presenting yourself with confidence, thinking about the questions that you are likely to be asked for in an interview. So there's that bit where you prepare, showing up, going in good time, and being ready to tackle the interview. But I also want you to think in advance. What kind of questions do you expect to be asked in an interview? And how are you going to respond to them? Rather than just thinking about these questions when you are in the interview. Some very common questions that you be asked, 99.9%. When you go for an interview, the first question will be, tell us about yourself. Do you know how to answer that question? The other question would be, why should we hire you? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What is your salary expectation? And all these. So I have even created videos with examples on how you can answer these questions on my YouTube channel. That is why I said, when you subscribe, you're helping me. I'll be happy, thumbs up. But if you want to really help yourself, go ahead and watch the videos and get the knowledge. So you will find all those videos up there. I think that is it for now. But before I go on, any questions? Are we good? If you have any question, feel free to drop in the chat. If we are good, just give me some thumbs up and tell me we are good. Then I'll go to the last section of this presentation, which might take 5 more minutes, and then we close it for today. I like putting some music, so let me put some music here as I wait for your questions. Either question or just say we are good. Let's keep going. We are good. No questions. Are we good? Any question? We continue. Alice, Safi, any question? Fidelis, hopefully you're getting value out of the session. We're good. We can proceed. I also saw Mary Kadure. Are we okay? Any questions? Participate, engage. Florence Zamba, I know we have communicated previously. You were in one of our challenge, and now you're seeing the other side of like job search. If everything is okay, let me know from your side. Yeah. Okay, let me post this music. I can see there's a question here. You stated skills, capabilities, qualifications, and I kind of missed that last point. So, and experience. So what are the things that you're selling to the potential employer? You're selling your skills, your capabilities, your qualifications, and your experience to the employer. What are you able to do? They might look, they might be even interchange, not that one does not give the other. Yeah. The good thing that I'll leave this video here live. You can always go back and rewatch it as many times as possible. Is that okay? Quick game I would want us to do here, and I want you to engage. Please don't just watch. I have a game here I want us to do very quickly. I have 1 cent that doubles every day for that 1 days. And on the other hand, I have 1 million. I want to give you. Which one will you go for? If you go for the 1 cent, in the comments, I want you to type in 1C. Or if you want 1 million, I want you to type 1M. So I want to give you 1 cent that doubles every day for that 1 days. And on the other hand, if you don't go for the 1 cent, you go for the 1 million cash money right now. What would you go for? Oh, Alice, I think she has asked the question. I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Alice, would you go for 1M or 1C? Drop that in the comment. Would you go for 1M, 1C, or 1M? Catherine, you go for 1M. Thank you. Oh, Catherine, I remember you. We had some conversation. Is it last week or this week? But thank you for joining us. 1M or 1C? Maybe let me get 2 more people giving me their answer. Or if I even make the deal much better, I want you to tell me, if I give you 1 cent that doubles every day or 3 million, what would you go for? Yeah, I can see Zipporah, you're going for the 1C and that 1M. That means even if I make it 3 million, you'll go for the 3 million. 1C or 3M. What do you go for? Good stuff, good stuff. Can you get a template? Yes, you can get. No worries. Let's do this. Because first of all, we do a free CV review, and then we can be able to help you in terms of your CV writing. So, Mr. Abu, please take a screenshot of this very quickly. This is my personal phone number. Don't call me during the day. Call me at night. Or you can WhatsApp me your CV on that number. You can WhatsApp in the middle of the night, no problem. But I will respond to it in the morning. Is that okay? Then we can proceed. I can see Catherine, you now go for the 3M. Zipporah goes for the 3M. Alice goes for the 1 cent for 1 month or for as long as I want. Only 1 month, 31 days to be precise. So let's do this. Let's assume Catherine goes for the 3M and Alice goes for the 1 cent. Then how does it work out? So this is how it will be. Day 1, Alice will have 1 cent and Catherine will be partying like a rock star with 3 million. Day 5, it will have doubled to 0.1 cent, not even 1 shilling. Then on day 10, it has doubled to up to 5 shillings. I don't know what you can buy with 5 shillings. I know, Catherine, you're not in Kenya, so maybe just think about $5. Think about 0 cent, 1 cent, and $5. I don't know what you can buy with the $5. Yeah. On day 20, it doubles to 5,000. Then day 27, it doubles to 1,342,000. And on day 31, it goes. Day 30, it will be 5.3 million. And on day 31, it is actually 10,737,418 from the 1 cent. 3 times is what Alice will be getting on top of what Let me see the 3Mers. Zipporah, you picked 3M. You also picked 3M. Alice here will be having 3 times that. Abu, you went for 1 million, yeah? Philip, you went for 1 cent. You will be having 3 times. So what does this say? If you look at it in form of a graph, this is how it looks. It's almost flat. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing. And then day 24, this is where you can see at least something going slightly up, and then it doubles. Same math. Same thing. So the point here is doing the right thing and doing it consistently. It is said it is the small choices that you make that will have the biggest difference. It is you making those simple tweaks on your CV, correcting now and then when you're doing application, that will end up giving you the biggest difference. And just to summarize, it starts with your philosophy. Your philosophy is what you really hold dear to your heart. That will influence the choices that you make. And if you make good choices, then you will take action on those good choices, which over time, it becomes a habit, and that defines your life. And the same thing is true when it starts from poor philosophy. You will make poor choices, take bad actions, have bad habits, and it will end up affecting your life in a bad way. That is actually the core message in this book, The Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Step to Achieving Anything. I think I have a copy here. Yeah. So, but this one I do sell, but if you want a copy, maybe we can find ways that you can get it, but it's important for you to have that in mind. Yeah. So I think that will be my time. I'll pause there. I'll take us back to this small quote where I would want to pause and say, small choices that look sometimes seemingly insignificant, that done consistently over time, that will have the biggest choice influence. Is that okay? Are we clear? Kaboom. So I'll pause there. Any question? Oh, the best investment you can have is to invest in yourself. Take time to invest in yourself. And thank you very much for this opportunity to come in, Fidelis, Nina, Mutegi. Thank you. And I want to believe that it was of value. Maybe then we can go to the next level where we are talking about writing the CVs, working with them. And yes, we can communicate in the group. I can see there's a question that came here. I would want probably to respond to it. One time I was asked if I'm married. I said no. Then they asked me if I am dating. How long have you been dating? etc. Let me say this. Your marital status should not be the main reason why you get a job or not. But from my experience, I know people think when you say you're married, you will be perceived as more responsible. And if you say you're not married, you might not be responsible. But that is not true. We still know people who are married who are irresponsible, and people who are single who are very responsible. So that is not the right criteria to gauge the how responsible someone is. But some organization will ask, but not from a bias perspective, because of other things that relate to the job. For example, if it is a job that needs night shift, day shift, you will find that someone who is married will tend to prefer doing the day shift rather than the night shift. Some organization would ask because they would want to know when it comes to the benefits and they are offering insurance, are they covering you alone or your spouse and children and stuff? There are some jobs, because you will need to relocate, probably they will be providing housing, and they would want to know, do you have a wife or a husband? Do you have children? How many people are we taking care of? Those questions are okay. And it's always good to be honest when you're answering the questions. But do not fall into the trap of thinking your marital status actually has anything to do with your ability to do a good job. No, that is totally incorrect. So hopefully I was able to answer that question and addressed maybe the concern that you had. Innocent, is that okay? Okay, good. I can see another question here. Oh, what was the intention of the interviewer when they asked you about dating? Hopefully I was able to answer. You got it? Good stuff. I guess that has been my time. If we are good, Fidelis, I guess we can pause there, we can stop, and then we can continue with our conversation on the WhatsApp group. And the others, if you want, you can send me your CV for a free CV review. Again, that is my WhatsApp number, my personal number. If you call it, will come right here, but don't call me at night. Call me during the day. Much better. Is that okay? I think I'll pause there. And before I leave, I always ask one more question. What would you say is your greatest takeaway from today's session? I'll take a few minutes just to read your comments. When you tell me what's your greatest takeaway, and we call it a day. If you've learned something, I can see Abu saying, thank you, sir, you're welcome. Will be communicating in a short while. Thank you. We are good. What is your takeaway? Let me still call out the people I can see. Abu, what has been your greatest takeaway from today's session? Innocent, what would you say is your takeaway from today's session? Philip Mbai, what is your takeaway from the session? I'd like to know that. Alice, you've been here to watch with us. What is your takeaway from the session? Fidelis, Joki, what's your takeaway? Anything that would say, yeah, at least I was able to get something from the session. Zipporah, what has been your takeaway? Oh, Catherine, what has been your takeaway from today's session? I'll be happy to know that. Okay, I guess maybe unless there's a very long delay, I don't seem to be getting any comments. But if you're watching the replay, still, I'll be happy to, if you post your questions. I normally go back to my videos, I look at the comments, I answer them. If you can also drop in what has been your key takeaway, I will still read them later on, and I'll be happy. Otherwise, I really appreciate you joining me and taking some time and learning. Yes, now they are coming in. Zipporah says, thank you for your time. I have been challenged to view my CV and sell myself in 6 seconds. Very important. That's the key takeaway. I really appreciate that. Alice, you're saying the CV shouldn't be more about yourself, especially at your career objective. Yes. Here's the contradiction. It's not just about you and what you have done and the facts and figures. It's actually what you can be able to do for the organization. And those are two different things, and it can still be expressed in the same document. Is that okay? Objective in a resume. Go get rid of it. That is your takeaway. Fill it by. Good stuff. Good stuff. Maybe you're saying thank you. I really appreciate it. Until next time, boom, I'm out.